First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rekah Kwadash, and of ourselves, great millstone, Wallet is truth, and also to those elect that scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom, and come back here today with another great powerful lesson, the spirit and the power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And the type of the lesson is Watchman report, houses passes bill for military draft. So I like to say shalom to all our listen and learn. Hope to help you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today, let's have a quick Google search here by Trendy Works. And it reads, it says, House passes defense bill, all men age 18 through 26 to be automatically registered for draft. Let's get a little bit more. It said the U.S. House of Representatives has approved a defense policy bill that would require all men aged 18 through 26 to be automatically registered with the Selected Service System, commonly known as the draft. This provision, which was included in the National Defense Authorization Act, NDAA, for fiscal year 2022, is aimed at ensuring that the U.S. military can quickly mobilize in case of a national emergency or war. So we constantly been hearing what rumors of wars left and right. Also, we knowing that Russia is sitting in our backyards with four Russian warships, and also a nuclear submarine capable of taking out America within 1 hour. So we already know that these Bible prophecies are constantly speaking loud and clear. And also the Watchman is standing on a watch, constantly warning you of these impending dangers of war, pestilence, you know what I'm saying? A great time of trouble that you have never seen before. And we seeing that these things are constantly picking up left and right. So right now, all of a sudden now they want to automatically register these men in between 18 and 26. So because we know that war is on the horizon. The second war has passed, but the third will come quickly. World War III, the war that will end all wars. And one thing about it, we know that the Lord is constantly bringing it to pass. We're seeing that these prophets speaking. What if some don't believe? We really don't really give a damn, because these prophecies are coming to life left and right. It's coming full circle. At the end, it shall speak and not lie. All of a sudden. So we seeing that these nations, all of them are constantly mobilizing for what? For war. Also, it's already rumors that NATO and the U.S. are preparing for war with Russia. So we already seeing all these things are constantly lining up. Escalations all across the world. Tensions are rising. Nations are rising against nations. And one thing about it, the Lord already said, the day of the Lord shall be a day of what? Of gloominess, a day of darkness, and thick darkness, Salaki. And one thing about it, so we already know this, talking about the Lord's going to return in the midst of World War III. Why everybody told it, he's going to come in the midst of these missiles constantly exploding across the world. The Lord gonna come in the midst of it and put it to rest. And one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to establish the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. So right now, sons and also your daughters are gonna be taken to this World War III. Anyone that fight in this last and final war in the Valley of Jehoshaphat will be unalive. We constantly warning you left and right. A lot of our people right now still are not hearing, still are not seeing, constantly being rebelled, going on with their daily lives. That everything is fine, everything is lovely, thinking that they're a good case. But these evils are constantly approaching. Evils are growing left and right all around them. We have blown the trumpet. And one thing about it, you getting ready to find out, all the games about to be over. So the title of the daily lesson, once again, is Watchman report, houses passes bill for military draft. So let's get a couple of precepts before we start the daily lesson. Let's go here to Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8 in the blue letter. And it reads that the prophets that had been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. So that's what we constantly prophesy. The prophets of old prophesied about the same thing. You know, the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophet. So one thing about it, everyone is standing in their lot. And one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to make it plain upon table. So we're warning you of what? A war. We're constantly telling you about World War III could kick off at any given time. Russia, China, in collaboration with the EU and NATO. And also we telling you about what? These sleeper cells already right here in our own backyard. So all hell is getting ready to break loose. We telling you about evil. What? Evil time. Tell you about what? Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, the MOTB. Hey man, one thing about it, it's here. Pestilence, sickness, you know what I'm saying? Plagues, disease X, the bird flu, you know what I'm saying? So they could call it what? A climate crisis lockdown, or they could call some type of pandemic. You understand what I'm saying? So, we're not ignorant of Satan's device, because we constantly warning you left and right. That's why the Lord said, always be what? Watching, redeeming the time wise. Be circumspect, because we are living in these times. Verse 9, it said, the prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord had truly sent him. So in that day you shall know that a prophet was among you, because what? These prophecies are coming what? A full circle. They becoming what? Faithful and true. The Lord's word is not returned to him void. In the middle of the Lord, we constantly warning you left and right. It is here. It is at the door. All hell is getting ready to break loose. And one thing about it, we're constantly telling the Lord, how long, oh Lord? We're ready to get out of this nightmare and get back in our first estate with our Lord and Savior. Dominion, rulership, immortality. That's what we're longing for each and every day. How long, oh Lord? So now let's get one more. Let's go here to Revelations chapter 11. Revelation chapter 11. Let's get this one more. Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. And it reads, it said, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe come quickly. And not about woe going to destruction. And not about, we already knowing about World War II. But this woe that is coming is going to be a time of trouble that you have never seen before. World War III. The war that we're in, all wars. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to cease the arrogance of the proud. One thing about it, we know it is fast approaching. So let's read it in NLT. It says here, Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14, it said, the second terror is past, but look, the third terror is coming quickly. So that's what we're seeing, you know what I'm saying? This coming war, it's fast approaching. We're seeing that the evils are growing, perilous times that are upon us, you know what I'm saying? And the body count is getting ready to be great. And one thing about it, tribulation is coming, persecution is coming, the beginning of sorrow, a lot of things that happen, great mournings, great sorrow, it is at the door. So the title of the day lesson, once again, is Watchman Report, Houses passes a bill for military draft. So now let's start today's video. And after the video, we will start the lesson, and I hope that you will get edified.
If you're a guy between 18 and 26, you have got to listen to this. Let me start by saying, y'all know that I don't make back-to-back posts on social media, so obviously it's something important. If you've already read what's behind me, then yes, that's correct. House passes defense bill automatically registering men 18 to 26 for a draft. They put it in the annual defense spending bill because they knew it would be passed that way. The same thing they did with the TikTok ban. The way our Congress moves is very, very, very shady. You can see that right here. Pause if you want to read it. And they say while it hasn't been invoked in half a century, it's mandatory for all U.S. citizens to register for a selective service, also known as military draft. When they turn 18, failure to register is a classified felony and comes with a host of legal challenges. This is very, very, very problematic with what's happening in the world right now. So this has not passed the Senate yet, but I guarantee you it will, meaning if you are between the ages of 18 and 26, you have to register for a selective draft by law. The articles say that there's a federal database that has everybody in it already. Good luck.
News today about the draft coming back, about the draft having been worked, the conscription, automatic conscription of everyone between 18 and 25 is written now. It was inserted silently, like in a Trojan horse, it was inserted into the National Defense Authorization Act, which is a must-pass bill inserted by our friends, the Democrats, the lesser evil Democrats who are, leading the charge here on war and fascism. They've now led the way to the redevelopment, the reauthorization of the draft, laying the groundwork for, everything else that we see them laying the groundwork for. That is, World War III, basically, which we are, just accelerating towards right now under bipartisan leadership, but with the Democrats taking a real leadership role here. It's absolutely outrageous, and it's going to be very hard to stop this. It's going to require just incredible gymnastics. It's thought that it's going to also be proposed in the Senate. It was inserted by the House on a voice vote, basically, by the House Selective Service Committee. Oh, no, it was the Armed Services Committee, inserted by the Democrats, authorized on a voice vote. This is just like an outrage against democracy. This is fascism.
Girl, what you doing? I know it's Saturday, and I know it's early, and y'all don't really see me this early on Saturdays, but you need to wake the fuck up because we need to talk. Because yesterday, the House of Representatives just passed a defense bill automatically registering our sons 18 to 26 for drafts. It's called the National Defense Authorization Act. And they are automatically going to register your sons, 18 to 26, into the draft. Still think that people are fear-mongering? You still think there's nothing to worry about and that you shouldn't get into politics? Do you think it's smart for you not to be paying attention? They are preparing for something, and you aren't prepared. They are about to register your sons, 18 to 26, for the draft. What draft? When is the last time that you as citizens have been drafted into the military? Don't say you weren't warned. Don't say you weren't warned. Share this video.
So we see it right now, the men of law constantly warning you, constantly, sighing and crying left and right. And one thing about it, we are here. So let's start here, Revelation chapter 6, start today's lesson. And once again, I hope that you will get edified. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4. And it reads that, and there went out an other horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. So one thing about it, when you go into that red, go into this red horse, this horse that was red, it's talking about Esau, Edom, the modern day so-called white man. And out of by that power also goes into, his authority, his rulership right now. He's in the sufficiency, he's in the fullness of his sufficiency right now. And also we knowing that he's getting ready to fill his belly, his enterprise. We already knowing that, war is upon us. And out by that sword goes into his military, goes into his technology, pseudoscience, his AI, his transhumanism, his robotics, all those type of things that get ready to come into play. Also these lying wonders, MOTB. And I was and one thing about it said that sword right now, and his greatest sword, his greatest sword is what the IBCM missile. They are getting ready to be shot to the ends of the earth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Abshada. So one thing about it, we knowing that America will be totally destroyed. It's already been prophesied. It will be nuked and there will be any more inhabitants left there. And also, Israel will be nuked, but it will be rebuilt back up through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Abshada. We're seeing that these things are coming full circle, but we are very excited. Let's read it once again. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4 says, there went out another horse that was red, the so-called white man, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. So we know that he's getting ready to use that sword in a big way. We're already seeing that, these nations are constantly mobilizing for what? For war, preparing for war. The war drums are constantly beating. And one thing about it, we knowing right now that Hey, the enemy is getting ready to come in like a flood. But the Lord also is going to lift up a standard, a way for you to escape. Things are getting ready to happen. And one thing about it, all we got to do is what? Constantly what? Trust and believe in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So now let's go here to Second Ezra. Second Ezra chapter 16. We'll start up at verse 17. And it says here, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Woe go into what? Death and destruction. That's where we headed right now. You know, any given day, all hell can break loose. World War III is at the door. Verse 18 said, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famines and great death, the beginning of wars, World War III, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? What shall you do? If the Lord is not dealing with you, you will be unalived. Or the Lord is only coming back for what? That 1/3 remnant, the house of David. We constantly warn you left and right. The Lord is getting ready to do a whole lot of unaliving. Verse 19 said, behold, famine, plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourging for amendment. So that's what we're seeing. Verse 20 said, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourge. So a lot of people not considering, it's not aware. And one thing about it is, they're going to get caught up in that evil net. All of a sudden, when they say what? Peace and safety. We hear. Verse 21 said, behold, victuals shall be good and cheap upon the earth. Said that they should think themselves to be in good case. Said even then shall evil grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Verse 22 said, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So we're seeing that these evils are constantly growing left and right. A lot of people are going to perish, So we get ready to see some things that we have never seen before. And one thing about it, we're seeing that things are constantly picking up, seeing that tension is constantly rising any given day. So now let's start back up at verse 23. He said, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down because of what this last and final war, World War III, this nuclear exchange. You know what I'm saying? This is what all the elements were getting ready to be what? Totally destroyed. You know what I'm saying? We constantly warn you left and right. There will be no inhabitant left here. It's going to be a total wasteland. Verse 24 says, there shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. Verse 25 said, the trees shall give fruit, and whom shall gather them? Verse 26, the grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. Verse 27 says, so that one man shall desire to see another, and to hear his voice. So we coming upon that time. So we already knowing that, a lot of men are getting ready to die. A lot of women are getting ready to die. The body count is getting ready to be great. Many shall be taken in a great number because of what? The war, the last and final war, right before what? The great and glorious return of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. The Lord said, I come not to bring peace, but a sword. The Lord's getting ready to make it happen. And one thing about it, we read upon judgment. We read upon that. So now let's start back up at verse 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 32. It said, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the field thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. Because, hey, man, it ain't going to be nobody till the grass to take care of things, cut the grass, do a lot of, like we normally do right now, the highways, everything going to be grown up. It's going to be a what? Total wasteland. It's going to be a third world country. We constantly warn you left and right. It's getting ready to be a war zone. The men of the Lord constantly sighing and crying left and right, but you're constantly what? Playing game. Verse 33 said, the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegroom. The women shall mourn, having no husband. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. Verse 34 said, in the war shall their bridegroom be destroyed, and their husband shall perish in famine. So right there, we telling you right here, it's finna be a lot of widows. It's finna be a lot of poverty, a lot of death and destruction, a lot of mourning and sorrow. It's here. It is at the door. Verse 35 say, hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Verse 36, behold the word of the Lord. Receive it. Believe not the gods whom the Lord spake. Verse 37, behold, the plague draw nigh, are near, and are not slack. So we seeing these plagues are constantly picking up left and right, events behind events, disaster, calamities all around the world, simultaneously, like a domino effect. The Lord is visiting the earth that he created. Verse 38, it said, and when a woman said, as Salak, it said, 2 Amos chapter 16, verse 38, it said, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her wombs. Said, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. So we're in the what? We're in what you call the birth pain. You know what I'm saying? The struggle in Rebekah's room, that transition of power. You know, Esau is the end of this earth, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. We're seeing it right before our eyes. Verse 39 says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Verse 40 says, O my people, hear my words. Make you ready to thy battles, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So one thing about it, you know what I'm saying? It said, oh my people, hear my words. One thing about it, the men of the Lord, the one that's constantly sighing and crying in the highways and byways, making these video a pester, constantly warning you of these appended dangers, continually warning you left and right. But we know that famine of the word is coming. You know what I'm saying? A great economic collapse, all sorts of things getting ready to happen. You know, and one thing about it, a lot of people are going to be like blind men. And one thing about it, you know, a vexation of spirit, because what? You did not trust in your true power, and you're going to be totally destroyed. So now, let's go here to Jeremiah. Let's go here to Jeremiah chapter 25. Jeremiah chapter 25. One moment. Jeremiah. Salakia. Jeremiah chapter 25. Jeremiah chapter 25. We'll start up at verse 30. Jeremiah chapter 25 and verse 30. And it reads, said, therefore prophesy thou against them all these words, and say unto them, the Lord shall roar from on high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation. He shall mightily roar upon his habitation. He shall give a shout as they that tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. The Lord's getting ready to come out of his place. The Lord's getting ready to show up and show out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, one thing about it, every eye shall see him, even the one that pierced him. The Lord's getting ready to return in a great fathership from the east to the west with great glory and great power. Verse 31 says, a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for the Lord has a controversy with the nation. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, says the Lord, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh. Verse 32 said, thus said the Lord of hosts, our armies, said, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. Verse 33, and the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth, say, even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gather nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. So one thing about it, when the Lord returns, it's going to be a whole lot of unaliving. The body count is getting ready to be great. A time of trouble that you have never seen before. The Lord is getting ready to execute judgment, massive death. And one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to establish the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness, and we cannot wait. So now, let's go here to Isaiah. Let's go here to Isaiah chapter 42. Isaiah chapter 42. Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 13. Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 13. And it reads, said, the Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war, a man of war. The Lord is a what? A man of war, the Lord of hosts, the Lord of what? Armies. The Lord's getting ready to come with the what? The thousands of heaven, what the chariots of the Most High, the royal vehicles with the angels. The Lord is going to be in the midst of them, and we cannot wait. So let's read this once again. Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 13. It said, the Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. Say, he shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. Verse 14 said, how long? So I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrain myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. So one thing about it, the Lord right now, it's no more long suffering. It's not tearing anymore. It's not delaying anymore. The Lord is getting ready to come out of his place and execute judgment upon the earth. Verse 15 says, I will make waste the mountains and the hills and dry up all the herbs, and I will make the rivers islands and I will dry up the pool. Let's read that once again. Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 15. I will make waste the mountains and hills, talking about the governments and also these smaller governments. Mountains goes into what the government, and dry up all their herbs. So the Lord's gonna make these places desolate, uninhabitable. And I will make the rivers islands, and I will dry up the pool. So the Lord is getting ready to do a lot of mass destruction. We're constantly warning you, left and right. Lord said he would come with fire. He would come with his chariots like a whirlwind. That's what the Lord is getting ready to do. It was a lot of these docile, ignorant ass 2/3, Negroes, wicked Latino, wicked Native, and also these other nations. They think that the Lord love everyone. Everyone can be saved. But one thing about it, you're in for a rude awakening. So now, let's drop down to verse 18. It says here, hear ye deaf, and look ye blind, that ye may see. Verse 19 says, who is blind but my servant, or deaf as my messenger that I sent? Said, who is blind as he that is perfect, and blind as the Lord's servant? And one thing about it, hey, man, the Lord is getting ready, man, he getting ready to show up. Verse 20 said, seeing many things, but thou observest not. Open the ears, but he heareth not. So one thing about it, a lot of our people right now seeing and hearing, and still what? Don't even give a damn, not unaware. And one thing about it, that's why the Lord said, I will come quickly. You know what I'm saying? Behold, I will come like a thief in the night. Always be watched. Pray without ceasing. Meditate day and night. And this great wisdom and knowledge. But we already knowing that this wisdom and knowledge shall be a stronghold in times of trouble. You will have a stable mind when these things come upon us. The Lord say he will provide for us. He will sustain us in these times of trouble that is fast approaching us left and right any given day. So now let's go here. Let's get an example of this World War III. Let's go here to Zephaniah. This is exactly what's getting ready to happen. A lot of people will get ready to experience this plague, get ready to feel this fire. Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 12. Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 12. And it reads that, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. And their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongues shall consume away in their mouth. So what is this describing? It's describing someone getting hit with all those elements, all this, what this atomic bomb blast. You know what I'm saying? It's going to totally decimate you. So this is what's going to happen. This is what's coming. And one thing about it, you've seen a movie, Judgment Day. I think it was Judgment Day 2. See how that woman was on that fence and how she just, all the flesh just came off her body. So that's what's getting ready to happen. Total destruction. Judgment from who? Yahweh, Baal Shem Yahushua. War is upon us. And one thing about it, we constantly warning you. Left and right, it is here. It is at the door. So now let's go here to Second Ezra. Let's go to Second Ezra chapter 13. Second Ezra chapter 13. Second Ezra chapter 13. Salakia for the noise. Second Ezra chapter 13 and verse 29. Second Ezra chapter 13 and verse 29. Let's get this one right quick. And it reads, said, behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. So right now the Lord is visiting the earth that he created. That's why we're seeing all these things happen, because the Lord is is getting ready to make an inquisition, an investigation for the controversy of Zion. The Lord is getting ready to come to deliver us, with great glory and great power, and we cannot wait. Verse 30 said, and he shall come to the astonishment or surprise of them that dwell on the earth. verse 31 said, and one shall undertake to flight against another, and one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. So the Lord is going to come in the midst of World War III. The Lord is getting ready to set the record straight, and we cannot wait. And one thing about it, the writing is on the wall. Things could kick off at any given time, but we cannot wait. We almost out of this thing. So let's go here to our last and final script. Let's go here to 1 Thessalonians. We'll close out here. Just a very quick lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. And once again, I hope that you will get edified. Let's start here. It says here, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1 said, but of the times and the season, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. And one thing about the times and the season right now, what a time for war. And one thing about it, and what our salvation is at the door. And one thing about it, say, hey, we know perfectly well that, that we're living in the end time real time. We know that we're right upon war. We know that they get ready to implement the RFD microchip, which in fact is the mark of the beast. And also we know that many shall be taken in a great number, because they was that same rebellious house that did not want to return to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. Let's read this once again. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1 said, but of the times and season, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Verse 2 said, for yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. It's getting closer and closer. The Lord is coming. The Lord is coming. Verse 3 said, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And that's where we at right now. Right now we're in peace and serenity. Any given day, all hell can break loose. Many getting ready to be taken. It's getting ready to be a war zone. This place is getting ready to be a third world country. And also there will be no inhabitant left here. What is that? America, Babylon the Great. This place is getting ready to be totally destroyed. All the elements, everything that you know and see, is getting ready to be totally destroyed. If you love it here, you get ready to die here. If you're not ready to rule, you get ready to die. You're not getting beamed up, you get ready to get burned up. So it's plain and simple what the Lord is getting ready to do. Great destruction is upon us, and also judgment is at the door, and also the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness is fast approaching. So, hey, man, we almost here. We almost at the finishing line. Keep pushing. Keep believing. Trust in the Lord, and the Lord's going to do the rest. So the title of the day's lesson, once again, is Watchman Report. Houses passes bill for military draft. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rikakwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.